even can't get people from our side of the aisle to go against some of these carbon emissions, because we've got the two largest pipelines in Virginia history coming through, is what's being proposed right now. He's like, funny you should mention that. My sister likes to get arrested around pipelines. Now it was late in the evening, we were cutting up, and I'm like, well, I'm intrigued, tell me more. So then he's talking, giving me these wonderful stories, and he's like, I'll connect you with Corinna, and you'll get to meet a great pipeline fighter. Well, little did I know, of course, here you have the son and daughter of a vice president, and that probably could get to some people's head. But Albert quickly responded and said, hey, by email, here's Corinna. And then quickly I met Corinna, and Corinna's like, yes, how do we fight these pipelines? We got on a conference call, we hit it off pretty quickly. She's like, hey, we're doing this big rally down in Greensboro with this guy named Reverend Barber. But let me tell you, she did not even tell me her dad was going to be there. And so I come into this little meet and greet before the big rally, and I'm sitting there, and I sit down, and I like look over, and 2 chairs over is the vice president, and of course Corinna's leading this charge, and it was so awesome to see this big circle of people, and so many people of color who were involved in the struggle in North Carolina, because they had disproportionately already been impacted by coal ash, by pipelines, their environment. People have been poisoned, cancer rates skyrocketing. I mean, it is just awful what is happening. And each one of these individuals weren't people who were impacted. They were people who represented organizations that were rallying. And so what was so awesome to see, Native Americans, so many people of color, all kinds of folks sitting around this big circle before the rally, and each of them represented these strong organizations. And we were trading stories and talking about how the struggle in North Carolina and Virginia is one. It's one giant struggle. And I'm so glad Lakshmi's here, because she's like, fact checker. It's West Virginia too, and it is. We are all in this struggle together. We stop it in West Virginia. We stop it in Virginia, and of course, it doesn't get to North Carolina. And so we were part of this powerful, awesome rally. So many, Reverend Barber is so much fun. He's just a fun dude to be around. And I've been in some Baptist churches, and this guy knows how to light it up. And I thought, well, then Vice President gets up there, and he was a lot of fun too. You've been working on him, so. And we just had such a good time. But what's been awesome about getting to know Corinna is her sincerity. Yes. It wasn't, and if I may, and I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of turn, but oftentimes when you get around people who have clearly been around some influential folks, they may live in a different world, but so down to earth, so genuine, so approachable. And those of you who were here earlier got to meet her, and that is the sincerity that we know, we love, that we're all so desperate for. That is missing in Virginia. Yeah. We need more of that here in Virginia. And so then, Corinna's coming, and she's going to be so awesome. And then I find out that there's someone in the crowd that's here to make sure that Corinna does a good job. And who is that, Corinna?
It's my first grade teacher.
Your first grade teacher? So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Corinna Gore and her first grade teacher for a quick photo op. it.